I'm Lin.
And I'm Leo. Welcome back to our channel.
Yes, and today we're going to be practicing Halasana. So I'm going to show you the classic pose. You can notice that Leo is sitting on 4 foam blocks which are wrapped up in a mat, and we have a launch pad as well. This Halasana action is always practiced from a platform. So I'm going to demonstrate, so we just need to move around a little bit for me to do this demo.
Alright, so you might need to have, as well as this platform, you may need to have a chair. Lynn's going to show the classic action without.
Yes.
You may also need a belt if this is not something that you're that familiar with. And do be aware that we have got a Halasana tutorial on our playlists.
Yes.
So if you are new to this and you just find it too difficult to get up into the pose, then check that out.
Yes, good idea. So we're just going to swap places now, and I'm going to show. So I'm just going to show you the classic action to keep the shoulders onto the platform. Just need to tuck myself in, and then
Moving the chair so you don't hit that.
and then just moving the thighs in towards the chest. Now, you have to see, to get this action, that you draw your abdomen towards your spine side and roll into the Halasana action. Now, ideally, eventually, when you come into this pose, the pubic bone needs to come all the way towards the eye area, and then eventually you support your back. So if you've been practicing the Sirsasana on our channel, this will help you with the shoulder work, because these arms need to come in. These arms need to come in. And if they're not coming in voluntary, then you have to see that you use a belt around your arms to be able to get that action of support. And then you hold on to your back and you're in this position. And of course, this is a really nice action to practice before you go up into your shoulder balance. Now I'm just going to move the weight into the heels so that I come into that action where the pubic plate comes further over towards the eye side. Okay, and then coming down, extending, supporting the bottom, and come slowly. Really important to come slowly. And then of course you can take your launch pad and place it underneath your head. Just have a few moments of resting in this position. Okay, so we're going to swap again now. So Leo's going to be showing the chair action, but also we can show you the belt. I usually, if I'm going to use a belt, usually sling it over one shoulder so it's already there to be able to put on.
So I'll just explain as well about the platform. The front edge of this platform approximately lines up with the base of your skull. So you want your shoulders on and the back of your head is onto the floor. If, like me, you've got a ponytail in, you've got to move that out of the way when you lie down.
And also, if you're quite stiff when you come into this rolling action, sometimes you do a little bit of, you get a little bit overexcited with it all, and the whole body shifts off of the platform. So if you know that that's really challenging, then you have to come back onto the platform a little bit more. And when you're ready, you're coming into this action of rolling and onto the chair. Now, I spent years practicing in this way. I love it. I love the chair action. I think it works so well. So we're just going to show you the belt on you. I'm going to give it a little bit more room there, and then place. But you can do this yourself, no problem. But it will help to keep that arm action. It will help to keep that arm action moving down in that way. So when you're here, be sure that you are lifting from the thighs, but also lifting the buttock bones up strongly, lifting the backs of the thighs up,
and just being in this position, and then support your back, support your back. It's a great way to build up the strength in the abdomen, the lower back, the legs, and it's a really nice introduction to shoulder balance as well. So eventually you will just lift the legs one by one up into your shoulder balance. You can also use the chair in lots of different ways. You can use the chair a little bit further underneath the thighs to have a little bit more of a restful position. It's really important that you're keeping that lift and that your breath is really smooth and even in this pose. If you find restriction in the throat, then you'll have to adjust your support. It may be that you need a little bit higher, or something that actually is lifting those shoulders a little more. And when you're ready to come out of the pose, do remember that you take your belt off first. This is one of the things that we find if we don't keep our eye on our students, that actually the belt, if it's left on, you will find that it pulls on the arms a bit too much. And release in. Down slowly, as you can see, supporting the buttocks as you come down. And then, of course, taking the support underneath the head so you're in this position. So so the prop work is there to help you to direct the energy in the right way, rather than being stuck in a pose which is really not giving you the space required. So this framework, taking your legs to the chair, will give you an open framework, slightly bigger framework to be able to work with.
And Halasana is a great pose to do. It's very calming on the nervous system, and it's a really nice pose to do in the evening.
Yes, yeah, it definitely is. I love Halasana.
And if you do suffer from insomnia, this is a really good pose to include in your practice. But as Lynn said, you must work in a way that means you don't have any restriction in your throat. And if you do find that this pose is problematic, then you need to pop along to a class with a qualified Iyengar teacher who will help you to find ways around your difficulties.
Yes, definitely. And just lastly, we will be showing some more remedial work which will show how you can work coming from the chair into the action.
Yes. So thank you for joining us today. Namaste.
Namaste.